Is it
Hello, hello.
let me get the three-piece tender stumble and $5 Philip.
Okay, so if everybody can keep themselves muted, please. Okay, let me see. Okay, so I did have some questions for you that my team came up with, and then I also just started recording. So if you can just introduce yourself first, and then tell us about yourself, how long you've been in, and all that good stuff.
Well, hello, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm excited to be with you all this evening. For me, for those of you on the West Coast, I think it's still, is it evening yet? 6 o'clock?
Yeah,
it's
6
evening.
o'clock.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on. I'm excited to be here. You know, Tanya's amazing. We met at conference. She's such a sweetheart and a great leader. So you guys are working with an amazing person, as I'm sure you already know. But I've been in the industry going on 15 years now. And so I started when I used to work in retail. I was a brand manager for Victoria's Secret at their corporate office in Columbus, Ohio. And so, you know, doing the fashion shows and all that cool stuff. But I actually got prospected by the executive assistant to the CEO of the company. I was walking by her desk one day and she asked me if I wanted to earn some extra money, which I did, because even though I was managing a $1.4 billion collection for them, I was only getting paid $36,000 a year. So for me, that wasn't enough to pay my bills, obviously. And so when she reached out to me, I said yes. And I got onto an opportunity call and I listened to the presentation and it sounded great. I was like, you know what? This sounds awesome. I'm going to try this out. And I got started in that company, and that was in 2004, almost 2005. And it wasn't a big success for me financially my first year, but it was personally, it was a lot. I earned so much, gained so much wealth of knowledge. I learned about the industry. I learned that there's a whole nother world of people out there who think like me, entrepreneurial minded, you know. And so even though my boss and I wasn't getting along, network marketing taught me there was nothing wrong with me. I just need to be my own boss. So I stayed in that company, and then I started traveling around the country speaking motivationally to high school and college students, because, you know, once you get bit by the entrepreneur bug, it's hard to go back and work for somebody else. It really is. And so I did that. And then in 2008, that was when the recession hit really hard, and I live in Houston. And so they laid off a lot of teachers. So they couldn't pay me to come and speak at the schools anymore. I had ran out of money for that. I was living off payday loans with no payday. I had credit cards I was living off of, a little bit left in my savings account that I was living off of, all while trying to build my network marketing business part-time on the side as well. And then I got a message on Facebook from a gentleman asking me to come out and see what he was doing. And that gentleman is Jared Wilkins. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll come and check it out and see what you're doing. And so we started working together. I was strictly just business, and we grew into a friendship. And about a year after working together, he and I actually started dating. And then 3 years after that, we got married. And so we just celebrated 5 years of marriage on March 1st. And we literally, since 2009, have been doing this together, building teams all around the country, all around the world, actually. US, Canada, Mexico, Australia, Africa.
Okay, you're breaking up a little bit. Is it just me, or can everybody?
Can y'all hear me okay?
You're breaking up a little bit.
Thumbs up if I'm coming through.
Yeah, she's still breaking up.
Breaking up. I don't know what else to do.
Okay,
You
I
still
think
breaking up?
No,
Hold on.
you're good now.
Yeah, it just told me my connection was unstable. I don't know why. Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, cool. So, so I don't know where it dropped off at. Do you remember?
Yeah, you were you were naming all the countries you've been building in.
Yeah, so we've been building in a lot of different countries. Large teams earn millions of dollars, and so for us, network marketing is it. We just needed to find the right home for us based on where we are right now in our career. And we never paid attention to It Works before. Never. We just thought it was a bunch of girls selling wraps. We didn't know that the company was rocking like it is, and people were earning so much money because we're pretty connected in the industry. So to have this many seven-figure earners that we had never heard of was awesome because it lets us know it's all organic. These are just people that said, hey, you know what? I want to earn some extra income. I want to change my life. So I'm going to show up and I'm going to do the work and I'm going to do it here with It Works. So it's been amazing to witness and to see how you guys have done it and what you all have done. And so we're excited to be here. It's been a blessing for us as well. And we're just getting started. We're just getting started.
I know there's so much going on right now. I'm so excited about it. It's so crazy, like all the changes and everything. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's exciting. Okay. I did I did have some questions for you that my team gathered. So like some of them are I'll just start. So how important is personal development when you're doing this business?
Oh Lord, it's like super important. That's your foundation. Because here's the deal. Your money will only grow to the extent that you do. Your money will only grow to the extent that you do. And so, what you don't want to have happen is a superstar join your team, go to the top really quick, and you go double black diamond ambassador tomorrow, and you make all this money and then lose it because your money outgrew you. That's the worst. We've seen it happen so many times. You need to grow into your money. And so the best way to do that is to constantly feed your mind things that are conducive to you being productive in business and just in life, period. So whatever that is that works and does it for you. Everybody's at different stages and different levels. But you have to just immerse yourself in personal development. Back in the day when iPods first came out, this is when we were building. This is before iPhones. It's just iPods and flip phones. we were dreaming of one day being able to call each other on the phone and see a video. And look now, it's so
I
crazy.
know.
Oh my God, I'm getting old. But so back in those days we had iPods, and the iPods was just loaded with personal development. Literally every person you can think of that had a motivational speech or something in regards to building a network marketing business, we had on our iPods, and we would go to bed with the iPod under the pillow so that everything was going to your subconscious mind. And so you have to turn your car into a university on wheels. If you're working, if you're going to the grocery store, wherever you are, when you get in your car, take out whoever it is you're listening to and put in somebody that's going to help build your mind and your bank account. And then you can go back and take your mental break and, put on your music so you can jam and do what you need to do. But until you get to where it is that you want to go, you need to stay focused. And the best way to do that is by making sure that you are immersing yourself in personal development, putting pictures all around your house of what it is that you want. Like I have a Porshea now. The only reason why I have a Porshea now, well, first of all, I had to have one because my name is Porshea. And I got tired of people asking me if I had one. So now I get to answer yes. But but the reason why I have it is because I decorated my house with Porsches. I would go to Barnes & Noble, the bookstore, and I would buy car magazines, and I would tear out the pages that had Porsches, and I would tape them up all over my house. My front door I had a huge picture of a Porsche. At the time, I had a Toyota Scion, and I took the Porshea logo, cut it out, and taped it to the steering wheel of my Scion. And so every time even my key for my Scion, I took the Porshea logo and I glued it to the key for my Scion. You have to immerse yourself in it. And your mirror in your bathroom should be full of affirmations. I took a $1 bill and I added extra zeros to it to make it $1 million. And I wrote myself a check, literally got a check out of my checkbook and wrote myself a check for a certain amount that I wanted to earn, the date and everything, and when I was going to cash it. And so you have to put those things literally in front of you everywhere you go. At the time, Jared and I were just dating. And so I had pictures of my dream ring and being married and house and the whole picture. All of that was on my wall in my bedroom. So every time he came to spend the night with me, he had to see my dream. I was like, I'm not just doing this for my health, bro. You will. Or you gotta go. But you have to surround, like even in my kitchen, in my apartment, I had pictures of my dream kitchen up. And I had by my TV, if I was going for a goal, I knew TV was a distraction. So I would put my goals up. I would literally take them on my TV to cover my entire TV. So in order for me to watch TV, I would have to take my goals down. And so it would psychologically, I just couldn't, because I knew if I took my goals down that I would never achieve them, and I wouldn't choose TV over my goals. So, you got to get radical about it. You got to do the crazy, weird stuff that people think is not necessary, but it's very necessary. They think you're crazy until I actually pulled up in my first Porsche, and they're like, oh, wow, that actually worked. And then I just got a second one, and they're like, okay, it works. They're like, yeah, it does. Like, you can't minimize the importance of your psychology in all of it, because the business and what we do is simple. We talk to people about health and wellness products. Like, everybody can relate to the product. The product isn't hard. The comp plan isn't hard. The business isn't hard. It's you and your belief and your mindset. That's the hardest part, believing that you can actually do it. And so once you overcome that obstacle, which is the biggest obstacle, then everything else just falls into place. So redecorate. If your home you're living in now, if it's not your dream home, redecorate it with pictures of your dream home, and you will get your dream home. Because you don't get what you want, you get what you picture.
Dang, that's good. I need to write that one down.
Mm-hmm. Your cell phone, your screensaver needs to be your goal. Like, I got a phone case made. I'll show it to you. Can you see that?
Oh, yep.
There's 100 million. That's our goal here. It works. Build an organization that does over 100 million a year in sales. Well, every time I pick up my phone, guess what I'm thinking about? My vision. Do the crazy stuff, and then you could just live the life that everybody wished they would have.
Yep, so true.
So long way to say, yes, personal development is very important.
No, that was honestly really, really good and perfect, because it was going into like the affirmations. They had questions like how important that was, and you like named, having them, is very important. Yeah. So you have what you say. Words are spirit. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. You have what you say, not what I say, what you say. So you have to speak every single day what it is that you want. You have to retrain your brain. Anytime you say something negative, just say the word cancel, to cancel it out and replace it. Because for everything that you've heard negatively, it takes hearing something positive 17 times to get rid of just one negative thought. So think of the negative thoughts you had today and know that it takes hearing something positive 17 times to get rid of that one negative. Damn,
and that's in addition to the negative things that have been said to you. So you got to look yourself in the mirror. Hey, I am good enough. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You are fantastic. You got this, girl. Like, seriously, like, you have to talk to yourself every single day, and lift yourself up before you can expect anybody else to do it for you. So affirmations, personal development, listen, it's your life. It is your life.
That was perfect. Okay, so I also have some questions of how do you start your morning, or how important is it to have like a morning routine?
So my mornings are different. I've graduated. So there's different levels of marketing, just like it is in school. So you got pre-K, kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, fifth grade, middle school, junior high, high school, college, and then the pros. We are in the pros now in our career. But when I was just getting started, my morning started very early, like 6 o'clock. I would go work out. And then first I was wake up, pray, say my affirmations, go work out, and then plan out my day. Check my calendar. I had an actual 8.5 by 11 calendar. We don't use digital calendars to this day. We still use a physical calendar. There's something psychological about writing that you don't get from texting and typing. So I would write out what it is that I need to do, who I need to follow up with, all those things. We build belly to belly. Because remember, when we came up, there was no social media. There was MySpace, and MySpace was just MySpace. And so it wasn't big on network marketing and stuff. So we built belly to belly. So my goal was to always meet at least 10 people a day. And that would be by going to different networking events, and getting business cards, and then emailing a person when I got home to remind them how we met, and schedule a coffee date with them where we would sit and talk about our businesses with each other, get referrals, that whole deal. And then I would either do conference calls or go to a meeting or go show the plan somewhere in somebody's living room. That was the goal, to get in somebody's living room. So while I was out living my life, I was meeting new people. And so I had to have a minimum of 5 new contacts every day. I always pushed for 10. And so that was at the grocery store, at the bank, no matter where I was, somebody was there. And I would literally just say hello and start a conversation with them. And then from there, I'd get their contact information. And so I couldn't go home until I had at least 5 new numbers every single day of somebody that I've personally shook a hand with and met. And then do the same thing over and over again, and then have my personal development time and go to bed listening to that. That was when I first started, and it was very rigorous. Early mornings, late nights. Now it's a little bit different because we have so many leaders in our organization. We don't have to pull as much weight. Ours is more top heavy with, putting out fires, doing strategic stuff for international, things like that. But my day, true story. So like today, I got up around 10. No, it was 9:30 because my favorite grocery store delivers groceries. Like, I should have never discovered that. Like, it's the best thing ever. That, my husband, I don't know if y'all saw his post on social media. He said we would be rich if I didn't spend $1.2 million a month on Uber Eats. I have not cooked in forever. And I love to cook, but I just have not felt like it. So anyway, so today I got up around 9. Did my morning routine and stuff, brush your teeth, all that good stuff. And then by 10 o'clock, the groceries were delivered. My first drink of the day is my collagen. So those naked pre-made smoothies you can get. The brand is called Naked. So the Mighty Mango flavor, I take that and I mix it with my collagen. So I have that for breakfast. And then after that, I'll have some coffee. I haven't had keto coffee lately because it upsets my stomach. But I had just regular coffee that I'll make with, almond creamer, almond milk, and all that kind of stuff. And I had that. And then what did I do? I talked to my husband about keeping my godson. And then I went to get a massage. That was like at 4 o'clock. And then I had to handle a couple of emails with our BAM for a couple of team members, but that was really quick. And now I'm doing this. So literally that has been my day. It has been, but we've done almost 20,000 in volume for today. So that's because we have so many people that are building, that are working. So while this is my day, their days are not like my day. Their days are more aggressive because they're pushing really, really hard for their goal. Like we hit presidential in our first 60 days of joining, and we haven't fallen out of qualification since we hit it. So we always exceed the volume and do way above and beyond. And so ambassador volume even. So we're just getting the structure together and just taking our time with it. But literally that's my day. And some days are heavier. Like for example, last week I had one-on-one meetings that I did with some of the ladies in my group. You could just feel when some people need that personal time and that personal touch. So I took a couple of them out to lunch and we just talked about the business, got their breakthroughs on whatever they felt stuck at. Spent some time with them on that. We had Super Saturday last Saturday. So every day is different, but today was a real Porshea taking care of Porshea day.
Yes, definitely. I love that. And that's so true. I feel like, of course, we know you're always working and you have like a huge network, and that's how you were able to go presidential in 60 days. But it's all the work you've done in so long, it's all of
Yes,
that.
it's 14 years in 60 days. Yeah, because people would compare, but I've been with the company 2 years or 3 years and I'm still pushing for diamond. Sweetheart, you're still on target. You're still on time for your goal and your journey and your path. Okay. So don't compare yourself to somebody else. That's the thief of joy. And it'll slow you down. It'll mess you up and have you second guessing yourself and all of that. Run your race, but keep up with our pace because we're moving fast, right? So pick up the step, but literally run your race in your lane. There's an audience for you. There's people already pre-assigned to you. You just got to do the work and be in position for them to find you. And so there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing and where you are. And I actually shared this today. I put up a video, quick little minute recap of my husband went and stayed at the overwater bungalows that they have that you see in like the magazines and stuff. We went and stayed there. We had 2 butlers when we were there. It was so amazing. And so I put up a quick video about it. But I said in a video, you can't shortcut the process. And you can't beat yourself up for not being where you want to be right now. Everything happens in its due season. The challenge for a lot of people is being patient enough to wait for that due season to come. And so God doesn't give us patience. He gives us situations to be patient in. And so don't pray for patience. That's the one. Don't ever pray for patience because he won't give you patience. He'll give you problems to be patient about. So just pray for wisdom. Pray for wisdom to get through where it is that you are. But if you compare yourself to other people, you're gonna constantly fall short. Especially if you compare yourself to my husband and I. We've been in the industry 14 years. We know tons of people. We've earned millions of dollars. We've built teams of 50,000 distributors across multiple countries. That's not something to be compared. Now, it's something to look to know what's possible in the industry, but not to compare yourself with. Yeah, we came in and we knocked out presidential in 60 days. It's because we have a lot of influence. We know a lot of people. We didn't even bring anybody from our old company with us. We started brand new. And so these are just people that are out there that have watched what we've done over the years and said, okay, yes, I want to work with you guys and I want to do it here. So yeah, don't think you're behind because we move so fast. Don't do that. You're right on target for your goal. Now, granted, even though Present 60 is so great, for us, it was a horrible failure because we wanted to do it in our first 6 days. So my husband was mad because we did it in 60. But, but that has a lot to do with the personal development. Like when you're constantly feeding your brain positive things, you literally think you can conquer the world. And so, what's the quote? Reach for the moon, and even if you fall short, you're still amongst the stars. It's like that. Like aim. The problem is people don't aim too high and miss. They aim too low and they hit it. But if you aim low and you hit it, then what do you have to go for? Aim high, and even if you miss it, you're still in that area of winning. You're still in that area of achieving and accomplishing. But I will say this, because this is common in network marketing. Let's say you are an emerald and your next step obviously is diamond, but you're speaking double diamond. Don't do that. Because the reason why you're speaking double is because you're associating so much pain with diamond. You gotta get to the next level first before you can get to the level after that. Okay, so if you're emerald, start speaking diamond, focus on diamond, get diamond done, and then go to double. Because if you don't honor diamond, you'll never get to double. That makes sense?
Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
Okay, so this is another one. Actually, right now that you were bringing up something about talking to a few girls and you took them out because you kind of knew that they were kind of stuck or having a funk.
Mm-hmm.
That brings me to this question. When you see somebody that has a lot of potential and they're always saying, like, I'm going to promote, I'm going to do it, I'm going to promote, I'm going to do it, and then they don't even work or do anything, like, what do you do with those type of people? Do you keep pulling them along? I love this question. I was like, I already know what she's going to say. Or do you get new blood, or what do you do?
You don't, am I coming through clear?
Yeah, you're working.
Okay, yeah, you don't pull them along. You don't pull anybody along, ever. You give hand ups, and the only way to give somebody hand up is they gotta, am I? Dang it. Okay, what about now?
Yeah,
I'm in my bedroom, so I think my. What about now? Thumbs up or down?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. But we didn't hear anything. We didn't hear anything.
Okay. What did I just say? What was I saying?
Okay,
yes. So, yes. So you give hand ups, not hand outs. So in order to give somebody a hand up, they have to be reaching up. Just like if somebody's climbing a mountain or rock or stairs, and they're asking for help. They gotta reach up for you to pull them up. And so that means they're participating in their own rescue. You can't want it. I'm going to move my phone over. I connect. How about now?
Yeah, I think you're coming back now.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just tilt my head to the left. I need the antennas and some foil. There you go, old school. Okay, so I'm good.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, you have to give hand ups, not hand outs, because that person has to participate in their own rescue. They gotta want it to. Okay, you can want it for them, but they gotta want it for themselves more than you want it for them. And so you can't. Gosh, I don't believe in pushing people. And so once I basically give you about 3 times. The first time is when I first meet you and we do your game planning session. We talk about your goals and what you want to accomplish. That's the first time. Like a perfect example, I recruited someone lately. Great girl. She reached out to me, and so I recruited her in the company and I gave her the game planning session. I told her exactly what she needed to do to build the business. And so we had everything scheduled out. We was going to do a Zoom for her, and she was going to do sip and shares at her home. And when it was time for her to, what we do is we have a script for how to invite. So she was to listen to that audio 7 times and then call me to role play with me before she started calling her prospects. She never called me. But then she started texting me saying that she had somebody ready to sign up. So I was like, okay, all right, we'll see. So then her Zoom was going to be the next day. And she didn't ask me for the Zoom ID. So I knew she wasn't inviting. Because if you're inviting people, they're going to ask you, where do I go to get to the meeting? And you're going to provide them with the information. She never asked me for the Zoom ID. She never did her sip and share, nothing. But then she kept messaging me, asking me questions about the business. And so I was like, okay, what happened with your Zoom? You know, did you do a sip and share? Oh, I forgot to tell you, I got laryngitis. Something she said, like she was super sick. She couldn't talk. And I was like, oh, okay, great. We're doing this. The dog ate my homework path. Okay. And so then we rescheduled it, and she did the exact same thing. She completely flaked out. So at this point, I'm done. I did my part to lead you, but if you didn't want to follow in the direction that I was providing, then you don't qualify for my time anymore because you're not serious. They have to work. They have to be coachable. They have to follow the instructions. It's really simple. Again, like I said earlier, the business is easy. The mindset is the tough part. You are what's hard. We are what's hard. The business is simple. And so I give a person about 2 to 3 times max, depending on their level of not listening. You know, but I've had some people like day one, I'm like, no, you're not going to win. I'm sorry. You might as well just return your kit. And they're like, huh? Really? I was like, yeah, why'd you waste your money? You know you're not going to do anything. You know what? Just be a loyal customer. That you could do. I believe you can at least do that. Can you at least do that? No? Okay, then retail. Or whatever. Like, or just go back to your job. Like, I am queen taking it away. I don't sugarcoat with people when it comes to it. I just don't have the time anymore. You could be direct without being disrespectful, but I'm always honest with somebody. You know, you can't, I'm not going to, in every conversation there's a buyer and a seller. And I'm not going to buy the lies that anyone tries to sell. I'm not going to buy excuses. I'm not. I'm going to let you know I know you're lying. I'm going to let you know I know you're making excuses. And then I'm going to leave it at that. And see whenever you're ready to get over it and do something productive and actually build this business, then that's fine. But understand also, this business and industry isn't for everybody. Some people will join and realize, nope, this ain't for me. And that's okay. That's okay. Everybody's not going to just go all out and be, you know, the superstar. They're not. And that's okay. They don't have to be. You work with the willing. Let the runners run with the runners, walk with the walkers, cheer for the crawlers, and love everybody else alone. Don't leave them alone. Love them alone. Because some people incubate, meaning they'll join and won't do something right away. But 90 days later, next thing you know, they got a fire laying under them for some reason. So just love on them. Let them keep running their auto ship.
That was so good. Okay, so we have 6 minutes left. Okay. Okay, if you can leave us off with something, anything, like for a newbie, you know, someone that's already been in the business for, you know, over a year, over 2-3 years, what would be like your best that you can give them?
Be here a year from now. Be here a year from now. Every day, make a commitment to be here a year from now, because things change. You're always one person away from a major explosion happening in your business. You don't know when that one person is going to show up. So just make sure you show up every single day so that when they do, you can identify them and go to work with them. Remove all your distractions. It's nothing. I don't have anything to say that you haven't already heard. And that's the thing. There's nothing new. There's no secret. I may say it in a different way, okay? But it's not something you've never heard before. You've heard all of this before. Matter of fact, some of you can actually teach this, but it's just a matter of you believing in yourself enough to just go and do the work. It's easier to build fast than it is to build slow. Network marketing loves speed. So anything that you could do eventually, just do it immediately. Just go ahead and do it, get it out the way. Stop procrastinating. Just go ahead and do the work anyway. If you got a list of 25 people that you haven't followed up with, do it right now. Get it out the way. The sooner the better. And just make a commitment to be here a year from now, because it's always too soon to quit. There's nothing else out there. I will say this in closing. There's nothing else out there. We just came from out there to join here. There's nothing else out there, okay? So this is it. This is it. This is a great place you want to be in this industry. For those of you, if this is your first company, stay. please stay. There's nothing else out there. I wish this was my first company 14 years ago. I will still be with this company if it was.
Okay, that was so good. Oh my gosh, I hope everybody loved this. I'm so like honored to have you on here. Like seriously, you just changed everything for me. Not a lot of like people know this. So thank you so much. That was like perfect for everybody, and I'll keep in contact with you, but I'm gonna stop the recording now and